Welcome back, and joining us on the show now is Shyam Narsaria. He's President, Overseas Agro Trader Association at Myanmar. Mr. Narsaria, hi, thank you so much for joining us. And the topic of conversation clearly is pulses, where India really seems to be tackling that one for the last 18, 20 months, but with little results, while we have seen various actions being taken to ensure that this is one area of inflation which can somehow be brought under control. I want to talk about the kind of imports that India seems to be doing from Myanmar, which is an important country, trade partner as well when it comes to pulses. What are the kind of numbers that we're looking at for the quarter gone by?
Thank you, Manisha ji. Myanmar has been consistently exporting mainly black mafia and two-hole to India, and the numbers are quite good. Means like 3 years, the average is around 50,000 tons per month for black mafia and 18,000 metric tons per month for two-hole. But during the past 6 months, Myanmar has exported 65,000 tons on average of black mafia and 31,000 per month of two-hole, which is 50% more than the average for the past 3 years, and also 50% more than the last year same period. So as far as the numbers are concerned, Myanmar is exporting very well. It's a good support to India to tackle the inflation. And for the coming 6 months also, I believe we have sufficient number of black mafia, around 400 to 450,000 tons, which is a good number. Again, we can export at the same rate of 60 to 65,000 tons per month. For two-hole, yes, we have a limited stock, around 1 lakh tons is available. So I think around 15 to 20,000 tons per month will be available for export.
So, Mr. Narsaria, just to get the point right, that Myanmar is exporting these couple of pulses to India 50% higher than what we've seen in last 3 years average?
Correct.
Okay. And do you see that sustaining with the kind of push that India has in sense of self-sufficiency? Perhaps we'll hear something in the budget as well. How are you looking at this number going forward?
The self-sufficiency, I believe, as we see the monsoon, this year the monsoon is 8 days earlier, almost it reached entire India. And as per the last sowing data which I received on 28th of June, India, especially the pulses sowing of Kharif, Turhol and black mafia, the percentage is 32% more compared to the last year. So I do believe, yes, India will be able to, not 100%, but at least 85 to 90% will achieve the self-sufficiency. And rest for the balance, especially pigeon peas, have to depend on overseas market like Myanmar and Africa. For black mafia, yes, the dependency is 100% in Myanmar for the shortage. And Myanmar is also having a good number of, say, 8 to 9 lakh tons. So I believe India production will go up this year, but still need to import some quantity, say 4 or 5 lakh tons from Myanmar.
Point taken. How are you also looking at the kind of restrictions that Indian government has put for a couple of these pulses in sense of stock disclosures, etc.? Do you see India getting away from that anytime soon?
I don't see in the near future, unless there is a big number in the production for the coming Kharif crop, there is any change. But I do believe that last India took 3-4 major steps which are very good for the industry, especially like the increase the MSP last month, which is a very healthy sign. And as a result, as I mentioned, the sowing is 32% more. And then India then imposed the stock limit, which is again a welcome sign. I appreciate the effort because that will tackle somehow the price. And it has, means like 5 rupee per kg has come down after that. And the stock limit is successful, we can say. For the coming, say, 6 months, I don't see any further policy changes will be there regarding to this pulses, because the target of the government is almost achieved. They are able to bring down the prices almost not 100% control level. It's too far from the MSP. Like for pigeon peas, the MSP is around 75-50, but the current market prices are 150. Wide difference, 40 rupee difference. But still, next month, if Africa crop starts for pigeon peas, I think the prices will be down. And same for black mafia. like next 2 months there will be India crop. The sowing numbers are very promising, but we have to see the monsoon, how it behaves in the month of August when the flower comes. If there is a extra rain, that will be a problem. But if the way monsoon is going now, if everything goes well, there will be no shortage of this kind of pulses.
Of course, Mr. Narsaria, as you said, everything depends on monsoon and the sowing numbers, and we'll get a clarity of that by mid-July, perhaps 20th of July. We'll have to see the monsoons until then as well. There have been various concerns about not just hoarding within India, but in the past about hoarding at the origin as well. Would you say all of that perhaps has been sorted by now?
Actually, there is no hoarding either in India also and in origin, say Myanmar. I'm from Myanmar, so I say in Myanmar there is no hoarding. I have a proof. I have numbers to prove. As I mentioned, that we are exporting 50% more than the average, and by 6 months we have exported almost more than half of the quantity, almost 65 to 70% we have exported out of Myanmar. So where is the hoarding? So whatever impression the trade have that the origin is hoarding is not correct. Even I believe in India there is no hoarding. Yes, the millers are holding, that is up to their installed capacity, say 30 to 40% they were holding. That is not hoarding, that they need to maintain the stock. So I don't believe there is a hoarding anywhere.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Manisha, for that discussion. Thank you, Mr. Narsaria, for joining us with your take. That's our commodity segment. With that, we'll wrap on this edition of Halftime Report with the news that the Nifty is up 162 points, Sensex again very close to that 80,000 mark. Mid-caps continue to do well and Bank Nifty is outperforming. We'll take your leave, but do stay tuned. Business Lunch will take all the action ahead.